do I have audio today? I sure hope so. But now, I'm nervous I don't. But we're going to find out. Hopefully someone will tell me if I don't have audio. Dear God. I am rattled right away, but it looks like I do have audio. This is excellent news. I'm going to jump into a BR, get the location error out of the way first, because that seems to be inevitable. They have moved the Battle Royale. All right. Yeah, location error, as always. All right, I'm going to present, get that up. Man, the first minute of these videos is always just anything but professional. So, yeah, bear with me. But it looks like we're going to be able to jump into one of these. Dear God. All right, Battle Royale, jumping in. See if we can get some background music. See what happens. All right. We are 2 minutes in. Oh my God, we still have the location error. It is so over. This is a brutal opening to this video. I'm going to have to put time codes because this is the struggle bus. All right, one more time. All right, we are live. It is happening. Waiting for 3 people. I'm going to cross-post this in the self-promotion channel of the actually have audio today. All right, here we go. So as I alluded to, yesterday's stream was a little bit of a fiasco. What is this? What am I in? Okay, no, Jesus Christ. I thought I was in like a 12-man. I've been drafting on my phone mostly, and so I got rattled because normally it cuts off about here on the phone, and I can see everything. So we got the 101, which means we are back to Saquon Barkley. If you watched the end of my stream yesterday, got a little loose. I did like a AJ Brown Devontae opening. I'll stick to my guns and say I don't think that's the worst thing you can do if you're maxing, 3 to 5 of your lineups. In the off chance that like this opening range bricks and Saquon, Cook, Kelsey, Worthy, McLaurin are not who you need. Every single person is probably gonna have one of those people. So there's a world where you differentiate yourself. It is, however, really hard to envision Saquon not getting there. So it is hard to pass on him. So we open Saquon, McLaurin, Kelsey. I have been lower on McLaurin and some other people. I am nervous about that game environment as a whole a little bit. So I'm currently fostering a cat, and it is somewhere I don't want it. So I'm going to mute myself for 1 second and get the cat out of this closet. Hello, welcome. We are back. I was I've got a foster cat here who is causing some problems, but that situation has resolved. So thank you for joining in. Open this draft with Saquon. It is very, I love the starts where you can do Saquon, Worthy, Shakir. I think there's a pretty good chance Worthy and Shakir are the two highest scoring receivers on this slate. You can't always get this. So I'm always pretty happy to. I'm a little nervous about that Eagles-Commanders game from a game flow perspective. I think the Eagles defense is quite good. We've got a rookie quarterback in the conference championship game. We have Jalen Hurts with an injury. Don't know how healthy he's going to be. So if I can stack that Bills Chiefs game, that's really what I want to be doing generally. But I also, on the same token, don't want to fade Saquon ever if he comes to me. I just think that's wrong. So this opening kind of, for me, hits the best of both worlds. But you really only get it at the 101, and you don't get it every time. So I am happy to have gotten there. The only issue is here you get to this weird inflection point where like the second running back situation is pretty awful if Hunt or Brian Robinson doesn't come back to you. The question of Goddard's health begins to come up. I think having said what I said, I do want to lock down Mahomes. There's a chance that this guy takes Hurts instead, so I'm going to take Brown. We're going to make this a 3 running back team. So the question is am I more upset about potentially missing Hurts than I am about whatever tight end I want to grab? And I think I am going to take Mahomes and Noah Gray here. Travis Kelce, really should be going at 2 or 3. There's such a big drop off with him at the tight end spot, especially now with Dallas Goedert missing practice yesterday. It seems like, Kelce is head and shoulders, but if Kelce doesn't get there, it could be because Noah Gray has eaten his lunch. So if I miss out on Kelce and I have a Mahomes team, I am inclined to take Noah Gray. And not every time, right? I mean, there's, Zach Ertz makes a ton of sense. You can sprinkle in the Buffalo du jour, even though, my God, you're just really just praying Kincaid eventually gets there, or Dawson Knox just falls into the end zone on his 2 catches for 28 yards. But I think I'm going to end this with Noah Gray in the ideal world. Am I being scared fading Goddard? Because I have to imagine the projection on Goddard is significantly better, not just with these underdog projections. But I'm sure I don't have the ETR projections, but I have to imagine if Goddard is healthy, he does make a lot more sense. That said, I think I'm just going to stick with the Chiefs triple, move on, say that this game is the game that we need, and Saquon is who goes off in a hopefully low-scoring Eagles-Commanders game. So we end with Mahomes, Saquon, and then at receiver, Worthy, Shakir, Hollywood, and then Noah Gray. And we will do another one. Hopefully my audio is working and I am not just talking into the void, which is pretty bad. That's what happened yesterday. So if I am, or if you cannot hear me, I guess, if you can't hear me, you can't hear me, and you won't know to tell me you can't hear me. But here we are. So we get the 101 again. It is tempting to do weird stuff, especially if you're maxing this. I will be trying to max this. It might fill before I get there, and that's okay if that happens. but we will see. I don't recognize any of these names in this room, but all red badges, and Schwainbaumer looks like they've won one of these, so should be a bit of a sharper room. Maybe I do not think I will get to open Saquon Worthy Shakir. I will be shocked if that happens again. So stay tuned. We'll see what we get. But at the very least, hopefully a little bit of a different draft coming through. All right. Yep, Travis Kelce at the 2 and Worthy at the 3. Don't think that's the worst thing to do. Taking Worthy at 3, he could easily be the highest scoring receiver. Cat. Sorry, Foster Cat is attacking the window. I don't blame him. But so there, James Cook goes at 4, McLaurin at 5. I would love to get one of AJ Brown or Shakir. Both would be awesome, but seems somewhat unlikely. I will be a little surprised. This guy took Kelce, so I bet he'll take Allen or Shakir. That would be my guess. So yeah, he takes Shakir. So as you see, we didn't get either one that we got last time. I think that's fine. I like Kareem Hunt. I think Kareem Hunt makes a lot of sense. I haven't been taking a ton of Josh Allen. When I have him, I really do generally prefer him with Shakir. I am a little torn whether I want to take Devonta and then go in the angle of building for this Eagles game. But you know what? I'm just going to take Josh here and pair him with one of the later receivers that are essentially free. All right. Devontae goes next. No big surprise. Really just hoping to sort of build the right combo in this, and this 4-game slate is tough. I think having done a lot of these, I really like waiting on quarterback. And if I can take Mahomes in the 6th or at the end of the 5th, I think that's really strong. I mean, it's the playoffs. Mahomes didn't have the best regular season, but he's running a lot more. Bills defense does not scare me. There's no weather concerns. I think he's great there. I do worry the Kansas City defense is good. They could shut down Josh Allen a bit, but many have tried to stop Josh Allen, and many have failed. So Zach Ertz goes, which is unfortunate. This Goddard is truly in free fall. I mean, people are scared that he is not going to play. So now I need wide receivers, and my God, it is so gross. We could do a really disgusting double stack here. I think my preferred receivers are Coleman and Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel, he's kind of a gadget player. He can get there on low volume, which is really what almost all these receivers on Buffalo are going to be low volume, with the exception of maybe Shakir. I have been ending a lot of drafts with Coleman or Samuel, so I don't mind one where I get them together. And then the question is at tight end. And maybe Noah Gray. Maybe Noah Gray is my piece. I don't know if I want to triple stack Allen. If Allen separates, it's probably because he's rushing. And so I don't know if I necessarily want to triple stack him. I mean, that could be good. I don't know if a lot of people are going to do that, so it could be a good way to differentiate yourself. But I think this is going to be, I think this is probably going to be a unique lineup here, especially if I end it with gray. So we will see. We will see what happens. Kincaid goes. A lot of double tight end here. This guy has Ertz and Goddard. I mean, I just have to say I don't like waiting on running back. I've done it before. I'm not saying I've never done this. I'm not saying it's a can't win, but do you really think that a lineup with Pacheco at running back, no other running back, is going to be what wins this? I have such a hard time seeing that. And it's not even because they don't have like Saquon. Like, you can argue like it's going to be without Saquon. But like, how does this beat Hunt, beat Rob, even the ancillary Buffalo pieces seem almost more likely. Pacheco being the only running back you have, I just think you're too thin and you're giving up way too much. But who knows? You know what? This lineup probably will be unique, and this person's won a BR before. So if you're going for uniqueness, there you have it. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. Waiting for one. Waiting for one. So we have Schwainbaumer back in here, who we just drafted with, who we know is willing to do some weird stuff. We also can take note he's willing to do double tight end, which is good to know, because there are times where you see someone with a tight end and you say, okay, I can push Zach Ertz or something, like, in this example, it's probably someone like Zach Ertz around the turn. And with this Schwainbaumer, I cannot with confidence say that's going to work out. All right, 9 seconds to start. I don't know if anyone could hear the cat, but there he goes. So yesterday, the algo pushed a few people here. Today it is not. Did I label my title my stream poorly? Is it too early? Definitely going to get off before Davis comes on in about an hour, but did want to try to get some streaming reps in, and so I appreciate you, whether you're here now or watching later. All right. So Saquon goes first. See what JT McKenzie does. I will queue up Kelsey and then Cook. Welcome, dear viewer. Thank you for stopping by. I am glad you found this humble stream. We're going to take James Cook here at the 103. Seems like there is a pretty clear draft order here. Saquon, Kelsey, Cook, how most drafts go, at least if you're drafting people who are not just purely going off of the Underdog default projections list. So in this spot, I have been doing a lot of these. I take Worthy almost every time. I think I'm actually going to take Shakir here to differentiate it. I like both. I think they're both great options. If I take Shakir here, I am likely to go and take Josh Allen next if he falls to me. If not, then in all likelihood, this is going to end up a Mahomes team for me. So we will see what comes. We'll see what comes around. But I like these kind of openings where you get, two of Cook, Shakir, Worthy, Kelsey, Saquon. I think I really see those as being the guys you need this week versus the lineups where I'm starting with AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin. I am somewhat bearish on that Eagles game, and I've been drafting as such. Not obviously full fading that because I am maxing this and I don't want to return stone $0. And it's it's a short slate. Weird things can happen, but this stinks because I like Kareem Hunt a lot. I would have loved to have Kareem Hunt on this team, and it just gets so gross. I mean, B-Rob, Eckler, De'Ami Brown, an injured Dallas Goedert, DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm gonna have to take a bunch of these guys. Like this is a brutal slate if you get a room that doesn't really give you anything. And this room didn't give me anything. This is just not where I want to be at all. I think I am likely here to take Hollywood. I've got my 2 Buffalo pieces. I'm going to take Hollywood, and I will take Mahomes if he falls to me. The guy with no quarterback has Worthy, Kelsey, and Hunt. So I'm probably not going to get Mahomes. Probably not going to get him, which means I should think about who I want to stack with Hurts. Dallas Goedert has just become like a persona non grata. Like nobody wants him. He's going undrafted in these drafts I've been doing this morning, which might be a little bit of an overreaction. But if he doesn't play, then yeah, that's bad. Then you're in the hands of your pre-rankings. But hopefully this guy pushes Mahomes. Let's see what he does. If he takes a quarterback, obviously doing these, you want to take Hurts with your last pick because you can't draft more than one quarterback. So he does take Mahomes. Absolute devastation. Did not want to end up with this team, but you know what? Sometimes you get backed into something fortuitously. So this team is going to end with Hurts, Cook, and B-Rob at running back, Shakir, Hollywood Brown, Goddard, and then Jalen Hurts at quarterback. So not my favorite build. Also not my favorite build because I didn't really scroll at all. Like this is probably duped. Historical anomalies. Thank you for stopping by. The silent film. I hope you can hear me. I'm gonna have to ask in chat. Can you hear me today? ? And my God, if I am silent again, I am going to be in complete shambles because it looks like it's working. Loud and clear today. Oh my gosh, historical anomalies. Thank you. All right, so we'll fire up another one, see what we can get. Thank you for coming by. I'll probably stream till a little less than an hour. I want to hop off before Davis begins his stream, and I'll probably be heading over to the gym for that. So they got a pretty solid day lined up doing this. So glad to hang out with some of y'all. Schwayne Bomber has been in the last few rooms with me. He is not afraid to go double tight end. So sometimes when you're doing these, you can kind of plan. It's like if someone already has a quarterback, you don't have to worry about a quarterback because of position limits. Sometimes with people, if they already have a tight end, you don't have to worry because they're not going to take one, but it's not a hard and fast rule. So if you're drafting with people repeatedly and you can see some of their tendencies, it's just something to note. If you're doing a lot of these, some people will be taking double tight end. If you watched the Endgame Syndicate stream yesterday, Nerdy Tenor highlighted that double tight end is actually pretty good this week, at least compared to normal. Full week Battle Royale, like it's week 5, you're probably lighting money on fire with most double tight ends. Whereas in this, I mean, just looking down in projection town, like if you told me Zach Ertz outscores D-Hop or De'Ami Brown or Keon Coleman, are you surprised? Like, well, no. But if you already had Travis Kelce, then you're just sort of arbitrarily limiting yourself if you only stick to one tight end this week. So this is not where I love to be. I think there's a big drop off after Barkley, Kelce, and Cook. So then it's sort of like pick your poison. I'll go Worthy, Shakir. I've been doing a lot of these. I'm usually pretty happy if I can get Worthy and Shakir. I am not big on McLaurin this week. I know I gotta cash out. I'm not doing it for the bit. I'm just lazy, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, I guess it does show a little bit of street cred. Yeah, I'm gonna try to max. I may not get there just because I might get busy this afternoon, and I think this is gonna fill today. But I am going to try to max. I think sometimes on these shorter slates, there's a tendency to kind of think it's all luck, or it's like, I don't know. I feel like people get kind of lazy, and you can take advantage of that. I think you were the one in the stream that mentioned about not having ADP up in this, and I think that's an edge. If you're paying attention, I think you're going to run into a lot of people that draft on projection and not actually on positional scarcity. So I think there's a little bit of an edge on these shorter slates than the bigger ones. I probably won't max the full week ones like next year. I'm just generally, when I play DFS, I like to play single entry tournaments. I don't do MME. I kind of just like to think of what are the best lineups and best combinations and just run those out. I think I'm better at that than coming up with 150 lineups that optimizes all the outcomes in the universe. I'm just not smart enough to do that, but I can look at a slate and say these players good and jam them together. So that's where I'm at. But these BRs, it is fun to just run through them and try to build stuff and capture the value when it falls in a particular room. So the short answer is yes, I am maxing this week. So we've got 2 commander pieces. We've got Worthy and Shakir. I think if I had my pick, I would take Mahomes. I think I would definitely rather have that than Hurts. We'll see what Steve P90 gives me. So he gives me Mahomes, which is awesome. Now the question is how do I want to land this particular plane? I think there are a lot of ways you can go. There is one name that I have not clicked in over 100 of these, which is Pirine. I am debating in this lineup doing that because he goes undrafted a lot. I think he pairs well with Mahomes because if Pirine gets there, it's going to be because of passing and something like the 2-minute drill. So, again, I now have 1 share of Samaje Pirine. I probably should have been mixing him a little more earlier. But I have such little faith in like D-Hop. I have a ton of like Curtis Samuel and Keon Coleman as like my last round click. I think Ty Johnson's a fine last pick, but just trying to get a little different. And I know I didn't do it myself, so we will move on. And again, this is a week where if all the chalk hits, it's going to be a dupe fest and a bunch of people are going to split. But if you can find that one lineup that's different, but also projects well or makes sense. Projects well is probably the wrong way to say it, because nothing with some IJP Ryan is going to project well. Sims well would probably be the better way to say it, but I am unfortunately not yet a Sims bro. But the sim running in my head says, they score in the 2-minute drill. Some IJP Ryan might be who you need. So this room, we have the Immortal Sacrilegious here. Interesting about Sacrilegious, see, he's got the goat horns. You can see them here, but it's this sort of tasteful, receded goat horns versus the loud, obnoxious ones that Schwain and I have chosen to use. So you really gotta look at it. The muted purple background. Like, there was a lot of very aesthetic choices made by Sacrilegious here. That maybe if I mature a bit, I might do a more demure avatar. So these are important things to analyze when you are doing these battle royales, are the avatars. Like, same with All Day X-Ray, right? Like, you wouldn't even know, and you're like, oh, what's going on here? Oh yeah, he's got the goat horns too. So anyway, that's all I got. All right, so we've opening with Travis Kelce. He does. They're calling him the anti-Tyler, the anti-emo cowboy. That's what they say. So yeah, we'll take Shakir. I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to take Kareem Hunt. I think I generally just prefer Hunt to B-Rob, but I do like both of them. But I think I'm more going to just try to build stack this game, which I think just has a higher probability of shooting out than that Eagles game. That's what I say, historical. I mean, it's you should be. I think there's a tendency to not, to kind of downplay your accomplishments, and nobody likes a braggart. But you know what? I am glad that they do something that lets you display this. It is pretty cool. So we're gonna flaunt the goat horns. We're not gonna do the receded, fade into the background goat horns. So ending with having B-Rob here, I kind of like this. I have two running backs I'm somewhat confident in. Yes, they both, split carries, but everybody but Saquon is splitting carries in this. And it keeps me from having to dip into this wide receiver room for another round, because my God, it's so bad. Like, I don't want to click any of these people, but I'm gonna have to. You know what? No, I don't. I'm going to take Mahomes. Because we're going to do something that most people will not do, assuming we don't get sniped, which is fine if that happens. But I'm going to try to take Gray and Kelce. Is it optimal? Probably not. But I don't think it's going to be done. I don't think it's going to be done at the rate where it could potentially hit. I think I am willing to take the risk that Noah Gray outscores Hopkins, or again, one of these receivers that I'm just like not excited to play. Oh no, I can't do it. I'll take Curtis Samuel. Probably already built this team. So it turns out that you can't just take whoever you want, and there are position limits. And I forgot your phone grays out positions you've already filled, and I needed another wide receiver. You have to play two. You can't just play one receiver. 12 personnel is truly dead. And oh my God, why am I getting location there now? If we could do 12 personnel battle royale, maybe next year we can see if they could add that as a format, and the tight end bros can be kings. But until that happens, oh my God, the location error, Underdog Y. Dear God. Scintillating live content. Will I be able to log in? Stay tuned. If not, I might need to like... Okay. Boy, this is brutal. I'm not doing this on like a plane or a train where I am crossing jurisdictional lines. I don't know why all of a sudden it decided to give me the location error, but it has. I think it saw that I was up to 4 viewers, which is my record, concurrent viewers, and they just want to keep me down. Underdog says, no way. We already sponsor enough people. Why is this not working? My God. Normally, if you like exit, if you exit your Chrome and come back, the location error resolves itself. Okay. I might have to join on my phone and then join on here. So give me a second. Give me 1 second. Boy, this is... Thank you for sticking with me. I mean, I truly have the best community here. If you are sitting through this, just give me 1 second. Did not expect to have to do this. All right. All right, we are so back. I know they're historical anomalies. You get it. It is a grifter by the artist X copy from when I was like a lot more into crypto. I don't do as nearly as much crypto now, but you know, yeah, I try not to make it full screen. It does upset the kids, and this is a family friendly stream, so I will try to avoid that where possible. But yeah, don't know why I was getting location error, but you know what it did do? It got me off cycle with that room of killers I was in. You know, everyone in that room had won a BR before, and now I'm in a room where I have, you know, 2 people with no badges. And that is not to say that people with no badges are not as good or can't make sharp picks, but it does mean that in this format, they're probably more likely to draft off of projection. Versus, you know, being an ETR slappy and taking super optimal things. Like Sacrilegious is not gonna take McLaurin or Allen here in the first round. Like they're not gonna do that. And so I might be able to build a better team. See, if I could get Worthy, Shakir, and Saquon, that's like the dream. Like if this guy takes Jaden Daniels, I will be very happy. Let's see what they do. Hanjo. Okay, so he takes Worthy. That's okay. That is okay. What that does mean is I'm going to take Shakir and Devonta. After Devonta, the tier break at wide receiver is really massive. Like it's so gross. I've said this before here, but I mean, who here are you really excited to play? Like nobody. You're really just throwing darts and hoping you get there. So we shall see what we get after that. B-Rob goes, Diami Brown goes. I would love to get Kareem Hunt. I doubt I will, but if he fell to me, I would be pretty happy. Frito preferring Austin Eckler. What is he doing? So that makes some sense, right? He's clearly trying to build out some sort of Philly situation. Kareem Hunt goes. I guess if this guy doesn't take Daniels, I'd probably take Jaden Daniels, right? I would take Daniels Ertz in run to the podium with that, if that's what happens. Obviously, if he takes Daniels, then we're gonna get it. All right. Yeah, you don't see Daniels go to the 5th every time. People's yeah. That, I mean, you gotta find the upside in life, right? Like you just never know what might appear a setback at the time might actually be an opportunity. So 100% historical anomalies. Thank you. And you know, we're kind of joking, but it is true. Like you never know what kind of butterfly effect something will happen. You think you want a player, and then the player you actually end up with is who you need. Should we take Noah Gray here? Is that 2 Galaxy Brain? I feel like I'm in a little bit of a Noah Gray phase, and I don't know if that's wrong. If I should just take like Keon Coleman. You know what? I have no Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs get shut out. Let's just hope it's Noah Gray. So assuming I didn't botch my positional limits, this team should have ended up with Noah Gray on it. So let's see. So we've done 110 of these. I guess if you're interested in seeing the exposure I have, if I just do, all right, 78 teams. So my highest exposed players are Hunt, Cook, Saquon. You would expect Saquon to be at 25%, assuming a normal distribution of first overall picks. I guess I've run a little well in that department. I was taking Cook second ahead of Kelsey, and you'll see I have 28% Kelsey. I wish I had been taking Kelsey at the rate I was taking Cook. I sort of figured out as I had done these, like, wait a minute. I think there's a bigger drop off in tight end than there is in running back, and I should be taking Kelsey second. I'm still happy that I'm above 25% with Kelsey. You know, again, as I said before, well, you never know. If Cook smashes, I'm really thrilled. But I do wish this exposure was a little more evened out, because, you know, I could have been getting more Cook. It also shows early on people were really drafting off of these projections. If you started trying to do 150 now, you would not be able to get 46% Cook without, you know, your Saquon going near 0 or your Kelsey going near 0. Like, you couldn't get those three to total almost 100%. Looking at wide receiver, I guess this sort of sums up how I feel about the week. I am very low on McLaurin. If McLaurin beats me, I'm going to 0. Just had to make some choices. Brown has been sort of my later round chief. I think Shakir and Worthy are two of the better players. And then, as you see, I'm not fading Devontae and AJ Brown completely, but I'm pretty low on them. And then this is this sort of just jumble of random dudes to end drafts with. And then I guess I can show running back. I'm really out on Pacheco this week. And if it's between Ty Johnson and Ray Davis, I've been leaning more Ty Johnson. I just think he gets more passing down work. But these are my current exposures for anyone interested in that. So we will try to run another and hopefully not get the location error. All right, we're back. We are back. Waiting for 2. So my desk is in one piece. It is the coffee table. I don't usually draft on the coffee table. Desk is in one piece, which has allowed me to stream like this. This would be really hard to just stream on my lap or something. But I would have made it work either way. So now I'm in a room where everybody's one of VR. Everybody's showing off their goat horns. Like, act like you've been there before, Kiwi Cat. I mean, my God. But here we are. And so we're going to get the fourth pick, which means we're going to end up with Worthy and Shakir. I would almost guarantee that, because I'm just going to assume these people know what they're doing. It's a dangerous assumption, though, to assume someone with horns knows what they're doing, because I'm now in that category. And yeah, it just goes to show you that you can don't always believe what you see out there, but it is like emo cowboy is just gonna like appear like a genie in this room. We'll see. All right, so Saquon first, Kelsey second, James Cook third. Come on, Kiwi Cat. Oh my God, he took McLaurin. So there we go. So this does give me the opportunity to go. I like Cook, Worthy. I do, having seen that, kind of want to get my AJ Brown exposure a little higher. But I don't always do what the math tells me to do. I think Worthy, Cook, just I want to have as many combinations of this Chiefs Bills game as I can. So I'm just gonna take this when this is presented to me. It's a lot easier to build on a game script than just sort of have like a 6-player parlay of everyone who goes off. So I just like this just right away tells a story that's easier to build. I'm not going to say no to Kareem Hunt here. And I think I'm going to take Zach Ertz. With the Goddard injury, so this means no double tight end. So no Noah Gray, but I think I need to wean myself off of the Noah Gray crutch, which really could kill me, because I mean he really might not do anything. So I'm going to need a quarterback and a receiver, because I took 2 running backs. Hollywood Brown goes next. It was too much to hope for to end with Mahomes and Hollywood. Let's see if Hot Z Sauce probably takes Mahomes here. He does have Devontae, so he might be agnostic as to which. So he didn't care. If he cared, he would have taken one. He wanted Pacheco. I hope Pacheco's not who you need this week, or I am literally going to absolute zero. I think there's a good chance I already have this exact team with Curtis Samuel. I've been taking so much, so you know what? I barely take D-Hop, right? Do we want to? You know what? We're gonna take Hopkins here. For as much Mahomes as I have, I barely have any Hopkins. And I would hate to just have that as a sort of blind spot. So we end with Mahomes, Cook, Hunt, Worthy, Hopkins, and Ertz. So go Chiefs. If this lineup wins, Liam is going to be in complete and total shambles, because this is a story of a lot of Chiefs passing. Although, if the Chiefs are passing, it could be because the Bills are up and James Cook has 3 touchdowns. So you never know. But we will fire up another one, which instantly fills. I do not. I do not. I am a bit of a troglodyte when it comes to like software and sims. I am not joking in the Discord when I say I just do things off of vibes. I don't have an optimizer. I hand build everything, and part of that's because I legitimately try to do this for fun, and I want to make money, and it's not fun when you're losing. But it's also like I don't like off sourcing stuff to like a computer or a sim, because to me the thought exercise of doing this is what's fun. I probably should start using more tools than I do, and I think tracking software makes a lot of sense to kind of see where you're at. I imagine next year for best ball, I will start using something, because it's impossible to keep track of in your head, and you can basically be building the same team or fading the same player that you're not actually like down on. You just don't click them because you're clicking one or two guys. So I should start incorporating that, but as of now I don't, and frankly, like, I don't usually max BR. Like last week, and I'm not saying this is like a brag, like I did 22 lineups. Like I just did them when I could. Like I really am try to do these just like for fun, because I like talking about it and hanging out with people. So I've never felt like, oh, I need to have that kind of software. But if I do it more seriously, like I think it makes sense to, because I don't want to just like light money on fire or play suboptimally. So we will do another cook-worthy team. Probably not the best for viewer retention, building the same team again. Definitely could work on the showmanship, but it is my favorite start at the 4-5 if Cook falls. I mean, obviously, if like Kelsey or Saquon goes, that would be more exciting, but that never happens. So here we see the run of receivers, and again now receiver has officially gone off the cliff. All right, Kareem Hunt goes. We will see what the Allen drafter does here. Yeah, he's probably sitting here like, this stinks. Like, who do I take? Like, I'm sure he would have liked to have taken Hunt there to build out that game stack. Take it all the way to double zeros. Absolute pickings. B-Rob. Okay. Ugh. It's pretty gross. No, I'm not. No, I'm taking. All right, so I'll take Daniels Ertz. I am very bearish on Diami Brown. I mean, using the underdog game log as a way to look things up is not the sign of like a real consummate professional. But I mean, he's had two good games against Detroit and Tampa, two teams with like terrible pass defenses. The second receiver on the Commanders after McLaurin kind of rotates. It's a bit of a hot hand. It could be Crowder, it could be Zacchaeus. It just happens to be it happens to have been Brown the last two games. I don't know how sticky that is. So I mean, I don't see any difference between Zacchaeus and Diami, or even perhaps like a Crowder. Zacchaeus, I think he's gonna play and be fine. He came back in the game after that injury. Yeah, I agree with that. Historical anomalies. I think in a lot of our heads, like the Chiefs Bills, we kind of have that like 14-second game in our mind, and the Eagles, seem like a fast, fun team, but especially if Hurts is injured, like it could be a little gross. Like we could be in for a bit of a slog this weekend, as much as we all want to see like a shootout. I'm telling myself that the Bills and Chiefs have been kind of saving themselves for this, one climactic showdown. But it could be a dud. I mean, we all think that the Chiefs can just turn it on, but I mean, we don't know. So, boy, I guess I'll take Zacchaeus, and I'm going to take Zacchaeus and Noah Gray, because when you're trying to win $30,000, the best thing to do is take two really crappy players and tell yourself that might be what you need. So this is pretty disgusting, but that's kind of the lineup we found ourselves in. It is also part of the reason why I really do like pushing quarterback to the last round if I can, if I don't mind getting Hurts or Mahomes. I would rather be taking quarterback with my sixth pick than one of these guys, and again, telling myself a story that Olamide Zacchaeus somehow hits my lineup. It's not really where I like to be, but if Jaden Daniels is who you need, then you're going to have done something like this. So I agree, and I'm a Dolphins fan, so I've never actually had anything to cheer for. So that game was really fun, not having a dog in the fight and just being able to watch it as a fan. That was an absolutely electric game. I don't even know who I'm rooting for this weekend, because I mean I am admittedly, love Davis, but I am tired of this Chiefs team and do not want to see them win. But I also, as a Dolphins fan, do not like the Bills. Don't want to see the Bills win either. So I will be rooting for the NFC in the Super Bowl, in truth, pretty much regardless of who it is. But I just want to see a good game. I don't want to see it decided by the refs. I don't want to have controversy. I just want to see like a fun game, and that's all I can hope for, because football has never been kind to me from a fan standpoint. Liam is awesome, man. I'm so glad Liam exists. Like he's great. Liam is great. I could potentially, I could describe myself as the most homeless man's version of Liam. I actually was a youth chess champion. I'm like 2030 on chess.com. I root for an AFC East team. I played rugby in college. I won a BR instead of a BBM. So I'm literally like discount Liam. Except I also have like negative self-confidence, and Liam is like the most confident person in the world. So, if I'm like the Liam you ordered on Wish and you're like, what the hell is this? It's like, well, it's Chad Candles. It's Chad Candles, guys. So here you go. But yeah, no, Liam's, I love Liam's content, and you just gotta appreciate it. And him and Davis is like my favorite show. Their chemistry is great. So, yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Glad to get Travis Kelce here. All day X-ray with Cook, then Daniels, McLaurin, Brown, and I think for myself I'll take Shakir. And obviously, I agree, historical. I wish I had that confidence. Like, I'm sure it is so much more fun to go through life being like, oh, I'm gonna win. Like, this is just gonna go my way. I was never more sure of anything than last week in BR than that Andrews was gonna catch that 2-point conversion. It was gonna go to overtime, and I was not gonna win. because why would things go any different? I was pretty shocked that it all went my way, but it did. So pretty happy about that. Happy with the start too. I like Shakir a lot. Devonta Smith is a big tier break in receiver after him. And Travis Kelce, just truly the 101 tight end, or not the 101, the best tight end. And if somehow I could get Kareem Hunt, oh my God, I really like this team now. This is exciting. This is actually a team I have not been able to get, and is something that is gettable. Like sometimes, we all want the team that starts Saquon, Kelce, Cook, but that doesn't exist. But these are all players that get drafted around here that in most rooms you're not going to be able to get this combo. So I really don't want to drop the baby. I really hope. Boy, who's Spartan going to take here? So if Spartan, wow. So I can take the quarterback of my choice, which I think I do prefer Mahomes here over Hurts. I'm going to take B-Rob because these guys all have quarterbacks. So I'm actually pretty happy with this team. This is a team that is going to be hard to get to. Didn't drop the baby. There's no one that I'm like sacrificing. So this after 100 and some odd teams is my favorite. I have to say. And I think you could end this with Hurts or Mahomes. I think both are fine. Because you have Devonta, you could pair him with Hurts, but I'm just worried about Hurts's not running the ball, and the tush push is such a feature of the Hurts fantasy point experience that if you're missing that, you're missing a lot of it. I agree. Best ball is great. Best ball, it is funny. You really have like the different archetypes of people represented like in all the different communities, and it's fun. And I feel like nobody takes himself like too seriously, or at least nobody that I like consume their content does. So it's really fun. It's really fun, and I'm glad I found this little niche of the internet of. So I will probably do one or two more and then make way. But historical anomalies, I do appreciate you stopping by. If anyone is watching this after, thank you. Please like and subscribe. I think as a YouTuber, I have to say that every hour. I'm an hour and 3 minutes into this stream, so they may have just unplugged it, unclear. So we get the 1 of 2, which means we get Travis Kelce again, barring unforeseen circumstances. The 1 minute before draft time in drafts that fill like within a minute is a little excessive, but it is better than the DraftKings 2 minutes that you have to wait, which is absolutely brutal for playoff best ball. I do get it for the summer when you join something and it fills in a half hour. I appreciate it not starting right away and me missing a bunch of picks, but you would think that a publicly traded company like DraftKings could have their app be a little more flexible, but alas. So we will see what Mike Dill does. Mike Dill takes Saquon, so we will take Kelce. Josh Allen goes next. Yeah, I cannot take Allen in the first round. I just think you're sacrificing too much, and he's so available in the second round in so many rooms that you're just going to get covered up, and you're not going to get any kind of uniqueness bonus by doing that. You're just hamstringing yourself, in my humble opinion. So Cook goes, McLaurin goes, Worthy goes. All right, we'll take Shakir. If AJ Brown falls to me, I would definitely take him. Wow. Okay, I guess I'll take AJ Brown. I mean, that's cool. Shakir, Brown, Kelsey. Definitely happy with that start. If you're not going to get Saquon, then at least a team like this where you have the number one tight end and some elite receivers is not a bad place to end up. And it also means I literally can just push quarterback to the end. And if they want to make the Hurts Mahomes decision for me, that's fine. I got no problem. I got no problem with either one. My preference here would be to get Kareem Hunt as my running back, but if I have to take B-Rob, I do that. And if I get neither, then I am coping and seething, and I don't know who I take, because it's really gross when you only have one running back and it's like Austin Eckler, Pacheco, Ty Johnson, Kenny Gainwell. Like it's bad. So Kareem Hunt goes. Oh no. And then B-Rob. So my lineup I was really excited about just turned to dust in front of me. Dear God. I guess I'll take Eckler. To me, this lineup is dead. That might be wrong. But I have such a hard time envisioning a world where Eckler outscores any of those or all of those other running backs ahead of him, and I get enough of a boost with this combination because people are a little all over the place with their I'm going to take Curtis Samuel and try to just get really weird. People are a bit all over the place with the drafting. So it's not as if by having Brown, Shakir, and Kelsey, nobody else is going to have that. People are going to have that, and they're going to have that probably with a better running back than me. So now I'm really just hoping Eckler just has like this crazy outlier game, and that's probably not, in the realistic range of outcomes. Again, you could always just draft the nuts, right? You could just draft the 6 highest scoring players and win. And that could happen with literally any 6, but it's realistically, this is not a team that I have a whole heck of a lot of faith in. And we will end with Patrick Mahomes. So this team started off good, and then the wheels pretty much came off on me. I think I'm going to do one more, then call it a stream, get ready to go to the gym, let the professionals take over. I will probably fire up Davis's stream, watch him when he goes live in about 20 minutes. And I would suggest any of y'all do the same because, they are so much better at this than I, and it's, I appreciate all the people creating content because it is really difficult to just vamp for hours and talk and be engaging. So I do thank you for stopping by here. I am new at this, but I do find this fun, and I hope you had some fun hanging out here. And hopefully can keep on doing this. So at the 3-hole, this will probably be a James Cook team, just based on how things have gone, but we will see. 4 seconds to start. Wow, so Raiders and Pete Carroll agree on 3-year deal to make him their new head coach. My God, Pete Carroll is back. I have to think about what I think that means for the Raiders pieces. And by Raiders pieces, I mean Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers. I think it's still just going to be so dependent on if they're able to bring in a quarterback or if it's AOC again. But that just seems like such an uninspired hire to me. I mean, they should have just brought back Gruden, right? I mean, I think people by now have like forgotten why he even got the boot to begin with. I'm sure in 2025 America he's forgiven, but we now have Pete Carroll back again. All right, dear God. So we open with Cook and Shakir, ending the stream with the Liam special, the Go Bills. I don't think Josh Allen's going to fall to me. If he did, I would definitely take him. But hopefully we could just get something like a Kareem Hunt to have a bring back on the KC side. If not, I likely would take Ertz. But we'll see. We'll see what comes to us. B-Rob goes, we're not going to get Allen. All Day X-Ray is going to take Allen, which would have been really fun. I don't know if you could hear the foster cat. He's coming by. He's rooting for Josh Allen to fall. All Day X-Ray, be a bro. Who do you have? No. Even though you have AJ Brown and Travis Kelce, the allure of the falling Josh Allen value was simply too strong, which I honestly can't blame him. Because on this short slate, like I think taking that value of Allen into the third does make sense, even if he did not have Bills pieces. I'm sure he's going to close with like a Kincaid or a Keon Coleman kind of player. So me, on the other hand, I will take Zach Ertz, and likely round this out with like a Mahomes and your junker KC receiver of choice. Probably prefer that to be Hollywood Brown. If not, I could delve into, end this stream with Juju Smith-Schuster, which is just never what you want to do, but it might be what we do here. We shall see. So Pacheco goes. Twin Dongs takes Hurts and Diami Brown. Position limits dictate I must take a receiver here. There's no advantage to taking Mahomes because nobody after me can take him. So let's see. If we could get Hollywood, I wouldn't hate this team. In fact, my worry is that I've already built this exact team. Because none of these guys are scroll down guys. These are all guys that are going to be 100% owned. Okay, there goes Hollywood Brown. So, yeah, why not? We'll take Juju and we'll take Mahomes, and that will wrap things up here. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you had some fun. You can follow me on Twitter. Follow me here. I am around and love hanging out with you all. So thank you for coming by. We'll draft Mahomes and enjoy the rest of your Friday, everyone. Bye.